joining me today is Gursharan Singh, Secretary General of the Paralympic Committee of India, and somebody who has done stellar work over the last few years. As you can see, from Rio 4 medals to 19 in Tokyo, possibility we can even cross 25 in Paris. सर, आप अभी हैंगजाओ में हो, पैरा एशियन गेम्स का शेफ द मिशन सेमिनार चल रहा है, आप वहां पे हमारे साथ वहां से जुड़ रहे हो। पहला सवाल तो यही है, पैरा एशियन गेम्स और उसके बाद पेरिस, सबको यही आपसे पूछना चाहेंगे कि टोक्यो का उस शानदार प्रदर्शन के बाद हम क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं फ्रॉम एशियन गेम्स एंड पेरिस।
एशियन पैरा गेम्स जो है 22 अक्टूबर से लेकर 28 अक्टूबर, इट इज बीइंग हेल्ड एट हांगझाऊ, चाइना, wherein we are participating in 18 sports out of 22 sports. Last Asian Games we participated only in 13 sports, so there is a quantum jump in participation in the games. Last Asian Games 2018 held at Jakarta, we got 72 medals, but now in the coming Asian Games at Hangzhou, we are hoping to cross more than 110 medals.
Wow.
And yeah. So, and as far as the Paralympic Games is concerned, which is going to be held next year in Paris, we are targeting minimum medals, 35 medals, as against 19 medals.
So, sir, you're talking about literally a jump. I mean, almost double, from 19 to 35, from 70 to 110. These are big numbers. How confident are you?
I'm very confident because I know the ground reality. And you see, you must also see that in the 2016 Paralympic Games at Rio, we had only 4 medals.
Yes.
From 4 medals, we got 19 medals. Now, why can't we from 19 medals, we can get more than 30, 35 medals, or maybe even 40 medals. So we know that how much our athletes are doing, what they are performing. We know their performance as per their world ranking, or as compared with the other athletes in the world. So because these are measurable, some of the sports are measurable sports like athletics, swimming, archery, or maybe in maybe powerlifting, in shooting. So these are measurable sports where we know that our athletes are doing best in the world. So that is why we can, by good confidence, we can say that we will be having at least 35 medals at the Paralympic Games Paris and more than 110 medals at Hangzhou Asian Para Games.
Fascinating. So the next question automatically comes is, how have you seen in your position as Secretary General, 1 medal with Girisha in London in 2012, then 4, then 19. Clearly now Paralympic champions are celebrated around the country. For example, the series that we are doing, we've got corporate support. Companies like Tata Steel, leading people have come forward. You in your position as Secretary General, how do you see this change, sir? Have you seen people's mentality change in India? People showing that kind of recognition to para-athletes? Tell me a little bit.
You see, there is a lot of growth in Paralympic sports, especially after Rio 2016, wherein we got 4 medals, because in the Olympics Rio we got only 2 medals, whereas in Paralympics we got 4 medals. So there was hype there from 2016 onward, and there is a lot of growth because people saw that in Paralympic sports we are getting more medals than Olympics. So we, in fact, I have been associated with the Paralympic movement since 2010. This is my 13th year, wherein I am the longest serving key functionary of the Paralympic Committee of India. So we have done lot of, we have given lot of inputs to our athletes, where we have given liberty to them to choose their coach, to choose their, competitive exposure, to choose their, equipments, to, be having training at their own place. So we have given a lot of exposure to them. As a result, you see our athletes are, feeling much better and much satisfied, and they are performing well. Of course, because our athletes are also getting the same, facilities and the cash incentives what an Olympian gets.
Yeah.
So there is also this is a big incentive for our disabled athletes. So they are also performing well because of many other, these factors. And we see that there is so much of growth that in state level, in national level, there is more than 2-3 times jump in the number. And also because our athletes have performed very well in the last Tokyo Paralympic Games. So a lot of support from the corporate, lot of support from the government, lot of support otherwise also from various business houses. So we see that in the coming years, I can say that India is, the way it is performing in Paralympic Games, this is the only sport where we can, perform very well and can dominate in the world.
Excellent. So 2 questions before I let you go. One, you are talking about Paralympics, Asian Para Games, number of medals. So the larger question is, are you seeing this reflect in society? When we see somebody with special ability, somebody with a little bit of disability, we need to be a more sensitive society, a more inclusive society, a more equal society. Are you seeing change there? Because if that happens, we will become a better country. In your tenure as an administrator, have you seen that change happen in India?
Yes, there is a lot of change. You see that society is also now recognizing para-athletes. They are doing so well. So the society also started, respecting the para-athletes and especially the disabled. And every disabled person, we get a lot of inquiries every day on our emails, phones, and other, channels, that lot of disabled, they want to perform, they want to engage themselves in para sports because they can feel that once they get, when they win the medal, so they get the, self-esteem, they can prove in the society and they get respected, they get jobs, class 1 jobs, they get the same incentive what a Olympian gets. So there is a lot of change in the perception of the society. Okay. And also, let me also tell you that recently in the last year, we had a, MOU signed with Indian Army where we are engaging the disabled soldiers into the Paralympic sports.
Brilliant.
So as a result, you see, we are, giving a platform to the injured disabled soldiers to perform in the Paralympic Games, do, good for the nation. And also those who are not disabled, those who are able soldiers, they also have the confidence in their mind that once they also, get injured or during the duty, they also can have a platform to fall back upon. So this is a very good move we have done, you see. And as a result, we in turn are, also, taking advantage of the facilities and infrastructure of the army. So it is win-win both way by the Indian Army soldiers and also our elite athletes.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating, and must say music to my ears. India's first Paralympic medalist Murlikant Petkar, 1960s, early 1970s, was actually an army veteran. Fought that Pakistan war and then became a Paralympian and then won medals for India. So what you are doing is continuing that rich legacy. Very, very interesting. Finally, sir, the other thing that stands out for me as far as Paralympic movement in India is concerned is equal opportunity for men and women. It is gender equal. That I don't see. In cricket, for example, there's still a huge gender disparity in terms of pay between men and women. Massive. But here, it is equal opportunity and equal pay. That I think for men and women who are disabled or who are extraordinarily able, specially able, that I think is a big thing as far as India is concerned. Your thoughts?
You see, I will not speak about the cricket as a sport because you see, Paralympic sports is governed by International Paralympic Committee, and International Paralympic Committee is the global apex body like IOC, International Olympic Committee. IOC and IPC, they have a joint venture agreement among themselves that wherever there will be Olympics, there will be Paralympics. So the standardization and the guidelines of Olympics and Paralympics are the same. The events are more or less the same. And you see, the venues are the same. And the country's participation in Paralympic sports are the same what we have in Olympics. So there is a big, difference, big wide gap between sports of cricket where only 12 countries play. It is not a, global event like as far as Olympic, if we see from the Olympic sports, view, and you see Paralympic sports, you will be surprised to know it is the third biggest sporting event in the world after Olympics and FIFA football.
Yeah.
And the viewership of Paralympic Games is the highest in the world. So you can imagine where in this type of platform our athletes are performing so well. You see, so we cannot compare a sports like cricket with the Paralympic sports. So I will not be able to comment on cricket, but yes, for other sports, summer sports like table tennis, badminton, archery, now we are also adding rowing, canoeing. You see, we may also add equestrian. So we are year after year, we are adding a lot of sports. Like in the last Paralympic Games, we participated in only 9 sports. Now,
Yes.
in this coming Paralympic Games, we'll be participating in 13 sports. In the last Asian Games, we participated only in 13 sports. Now we'll be participating 18 sports out of 22 sports. So you can see the change. You see, so there cannot be any comparison between other sports and the Paralympic sports. We can compare Olympic sports and Paralympic sports. Then it
So
can be.
my point was that in Olympic and Paralympic, I see a fascinating case of gender equality, which I don't see at least so far in cricket, and that's why credit to y'all. I mean, whether it is the Olympic Association or the Paralympic Committee of India. My takeaway, I mean, I leave it at that, sir, with 3 takeaways for my viewers. 1, the number of sports, as you said, from 9 to 13 as far as Paris Paralympics. The number of sports from 13 to 18 as far as the Para-Asian Games. 2, you have predicted, and I'm saying it, from 19 to possibly 35 medals in Paris, from 70 to 110 plus medals at the Para-Asian Games. And number 3, like you said, that you are opening up with multiple opportunities for the Indian Army, and that for me is a fantastic thing. Wish you more power. I mean, all the best to you, Mr. Gursharan Singh. Wish you all the very best. Promise you to all our support, because what you are doing, this is a larger societal change, and that will make India a better country. So whatever support we can give you from the media, we will be there, and I hope to see you soon personally. If not earlier, at least at the Para-Asian Games. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.